Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin as we're heading into the weekend. Yeah, situation on the Bitcoin chart, still looking at the bigger picture here, basically unchanged at the moment. The market still hasn't given us any indication of a lasting low in place. In my comments from this week, you'll know that we didn't really take this news pump that happened seriously. We wanted to see evidence that something more bullish is emerging. That evidence never showed up from that point of view. No surprise, it broke down again. I think that was the big event this week, you could say. And looking at the bigger picture, we still are tracking here a potential 1-2-1-2 setup. That's one scenario. So basically that we can divide this into a wave 1, this a wave 2, and this another 1-2 setup, or all of this is wave 1. And then we can even decide or discuss, okay, was this wave 1? Which is possible, or was this wave 1? There are different options. In the end, and if you had a few questions, can this here really be a wave 2? Because this would be a lower degree one, and the correction takes longer than the first. Again, as I always say, Elliott Wave is a price-based system. It's not time-based, so how long a correction takes has, especially in the crypto market, nothing to do with the wave degree. I shouldn't say nothing, but it is less tied to the wave degree in my experience. But analyzing this market for many years, and you shouldn't really necessarily put too much weight on timelines and durations, especially not in crypto. Bear in mind, when the original Elliott Wave guidelines were published, they were not tied to crypto really, so the market has its own character. The second lower degree wave 1 or wave 2 actually can be longer time-wise than the first one. That's not against the rules, and even in the guidelines, even in the Elliott Wave guidelines, there's nothing reliable about timing anyway. So that's very important to understand. So, we don't really pay much attention to that. However, as I said, it could be that all of this is a wave 1. I just want to make you aware. It might be that for simplicity reasons, I just take out the second 1-2 setup and just have one huge wave 1 with a wave 2 pullback, because it wouldn't make a difference anyway, right? It doesn't make a difference in the short term anyway, because what we're doing, we're still tracking further downside at the moment. We're still tracking further downside. Price hasn't given us any indication that a lasting low has been established. So this correction is still ongoing. That's basically in line with my commentary over recent weeks or even months, when we said that price still hasn't given us any indication that at any point here a low is in place. Interestingly, I looked at volume today. On the Coinbase chart, it's not even that apparent. But also here you can see that after this rally into March, basically there has a lack of interest started to appear in the crypto market. It's very interesting. And as long as the volume is so low here, much lower than before. As long as volume is so low, this is the volume indicator down here, we shouldn't be surprised if we get any kind of breakdown after news-driven rallies like the one yesterday. I always say volume is deceptive in crypto, and it is, looking at the lower time frames. And for example, why volume is deceptive? Because I often hear that people say, okay, without volume, you don't have a lasting rally. The thing is, when the volume shows up in crypto, it's normally already gone. But if we take a look at this on a larger time frame, you can see that there is a lack of interest. And if I extend the box to the left, you can see that before, how often you had spikes above the box, but now it's basically all contained within the box. And I can even reduce it down to really have just most of it covered with just some recent spikes above it, just a few spikes. But you can see how this compares to before. Complete lack of interest started basically in March. And then those news-driven rallies like we had them this week, they don't really produce any lasting effects. This is even more apparent on Binance. I mean, what does it mean? Low volume in a correction is actually what we want. We want low volume in a correction, because if volume increases in a correction, it might hint at a more impulsive move to the downside. Now we don't have that. So it's not clearly bullish at the moment, so we still focus on lower. It's also not clearly bearish, because if we had really impulsive sell-offs here, in my opinion, the volume should show a little higher. So it really adds weight to my assumption, in my opinion, that this is still just a correction. But yeah, let's see where it takes us. I mean, in a very weird way, it could all still be a massive triangle. I just don't hope it is the case. Looking at the Binance chart, this is much more apparent. Can you see that here? On Binance, Bitcoin USD, very, very strong difference compared to how it was before. Very apparent on Binance. Now that might have some other reasons as well, because Binance isn't really getting much positive news these days, but very, very strong difference here. Can you see that? And that is just a symptom, or not the symptom, well, yeah, it might be a symptom of the lack of interest at the moment, that this correction is still unfolding. So lower prices still very much expected in the short term. So let's dive into this micro structure here on the 4-hour chart. So if we take a look at this is unchanged from the previous videos. We're basically tracking the yellow wave count down, still expect another move down. And this 5-wave move in yellow is either the complete, or the completion would either mark the completion of this correction and we could go afterwards. So we're going to track a potential 5-wave move after this low, just to understand if an impulse is emerging, or it is going to be within the green wave count, which is an A, B, C structure. This would just be the wave 1 of the C wave. And if we see the next move up is corrective, this could be an interesting short trade setup leading to lower prices. So these are the two possibilities. In the very short term, I still expect lower. Let's zoom in. And then it doesn't matter which larger degree scenario it is, because in both we generally expect lower prices. Resistance is here 26,450. So it seems like that this 5-wave move is still unfolding. Certainly not enough price action to consider that a 5-wave move is already complete. And looking at the proportions, I'd like to see this 5-wave move go a little lower. So I think what we have here is an extension of the 3rd wave, and then this 4th wave is now unfolding. Against resistance, 26,450, we are focusing on lower in the yellow count and the green count. Only if we see a break above 26,450, I would consider that this is an extended B wave that's unfolding, and with a sell-off afterwards. We can also add potentially here a corrective price channel by connecting waves 1 and 3. And let's see if that is going to help us, because a break above the price channel might indicate a completion of the correction. Now, that's just a hint. Yeah, it's not super reliable, but pay attention to the channel lines. So, but ultimately lower is still expected. What I'd like to see in this move is a low below the 17th of August. If it doesn't happen, we're probably still in some kind of an extended B wave. And if we make one more low, I would pay attention to $24,000 next. So I hope that's clear. Hope you like the update. Tomorrow we've got one of our member live streams again at 5 p.m. UTC. Tomorrow we cover the topic of bear market structures and how Bitcoin historically escaped the bear markets. So if you're interested in that, check out our channel membership. As a member, you also get access to Discord and Telegram. And as a gold member, you get access to our Signals and Elliott Wave short-term updates, even in between videos. So if you're at all interested in that and additional updates in the crypto world, then check out the membership. And besides that, hope you have a great weekend. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.